What's going on, YouTube? KitaGains back at you again for another Air Force video. I've been in the Air Force for almost 2 years now, and today I'm going to be talking to you about how to get through basic training, hopefully with no issues. I'm going to tell you my experience, what I did, how I made it through. All right, so let's get straight into this. There's going to be 3 things I'm going to be talking about. Number 1 is going to be learn from other people's mistakes. Number 2 is going to be don't take anything personal. And number 3 is going to be do what you're told. If you follow those 3 steps, I mean, like, there really should be no reason why you shouldn't get through basic training. Think about all the people that make it through. There's been a lot of crazy stuff that's happened in basic training. One of the biggest things I would say is people would get recycled. Let me tell you this is a really funny story. Listen to this, guys. So there was this kid in my flight in basic training, and he was on EC monitor, which meant that he was guarding the door. It was the middle of the night. I think it might have been like 4 in the morning before anybody was up or any of the MTIs were there, because the MTIs have families that they have to go home to. So I think he got a phone call at 4. Bear with me, it's been a minute. So he got a phone call really early in the morning. He answered it like CQ call. CQ is the people that are in charge of like all the basic training flights. They're in charge of a bunch of stuff, but they're like the focal point. But CQ called. They said, hey, we're gonna need people for kitchen patrol duty tomorrow or this morning. So in a few hours, send somebody down for kitchen patrol. He ended up not sending anybody down after he said he would. I guess he just forgot, but that's not even the worst part, guys. The worst part is our MTI said, hey, who was on EC, who answered that call? Because now they're blowing me up, getting mad at me because there's nobody down there to do KP. And this guy just didn't say anything. He just stayed quiet. And about, like, I think it might have been later that day, he ended up like feeling guilty, and he said, sir, it was me. And like, he was fucking crying. There were tears running down his face. He was scared he was really scared. And the MTI was like, well, pack up your locker. You're getting recycled. So this dude had to pack his locker up. And as he was packing his locker up, he was just bawling. Like, this guy didn't know what to do with his life. He made him pack all of his stuff up. He really tried to get him recycled, but I think like his higher ups didn't agree with it, so he ended up not getting recycled. Another funny experience that I have for you guys, we had a fire alarm. We were all rushing down like single filed. We were like, you're supposed to be quiet whenever you have fire alarms. Like, these kids were whispering, they weren't even that loud. And then this kid was like, shh, just blowing everybody away, like just crazy loud. And the MTI got down. All right, you guys did a good job. You all got out of there quick. Awesome work. But who was shushing? And as again, just like the other guy, nobody was shushing. Nobody said anything. So it went from us doing a good job to all being a stupid piece of shit and made us all go back. So those are just 2 funny experiences that me personally, I've been through. Learn from other people's mistakes. Rule number 1. Rule number 2, don't take anything personal. Whenever you're in that kind of environment, a work environment or a high stress environment where people aren't necessarily comfortable, they're gonna do things that they personally wouldn't do to be able to stay there. Whenever you're at work, don't really, you can't really take that stuff personal. You can't take it home with you and let it like eat at you. Whenever you're there, yeah, you gotta go through it. Whenever you're not there, it doesn't really matter anymore what they think of you, what they say, anything like that. So don't take anything personal. It'll just eat yourself up. You can't let that like negative attitude get into you. It's really contagious. Rule number 3, my final piece of advice for you guys is just do what you're told. It's really simple. Even if you know it's wrong. Me, for example, I was a chow runner, and my MTI made me report my flight and say that they were ready when they weren't ready, because whenever you go go down, you gotta say, sir, my flight is prepared to enter the dining facility from the north side, blah, blah, blah. And then he said, bring him in. It's kind of an issue right now. And I said, my MTI made me come down here and report this, but she didn't make my flight come down to the kitchen. Don't go there unless you have everything ready. Like, don't send somebody down. I had to get my MTI, bring her down. He ended up ripping into her, and then she ripped into me for doing what she told me to do. And I'm just like, okay, bring it on. Let's play this game all day long, baby. Let's do what it takes. I'm gonna get in the Air Force. So even if this is the most retarded thing, you gotta do it if the MTI tells you to do. If they tell you to do something, you gotta do it. It sucks. Yeah, I know. I'm just gonna, all right, I'm not gonna repeat myself anymore. End of the video, 9 minutes. If you guys have any questions, leave a comment down in the comment section below. Hopefully you learned something from this video. If you didn't, I'm sorry. If you have any more questions, I'll gladly answer them. Leave a like if you liked it. It'll help me out. Subscribe to the channel. Recommend it to your friends if you have anybody going to basic training. Or if you're in depth right now, share it with all your depth people. You guys have a great day. I appreciate you. Take it easy. KitaGains.